Nephew Mike. It's been a while since my last letter, but that's okay because I managed to get a new Technichrome Astro Splat 7000 camera. Just in time too, because all of Ul'dah immediately overnight erupted in pink trees. I'm not really sure where they came from, but they sure are pretty. Pink trees everywhere. People like the pink trees, and it makes them all happy and warm and fuzzy inside, which makes me all warm and happy and fuzzy inside too. So I decided to go out and kill some stuff. That's what I do when I feel warm and happy. You gotta be careful when you're out there because you run into a lot of creatures. Some of them can sneak up on you, and some of them are friendly. Some of them are also not so friendly. Take this giant frog, for example. Holy shimolians, he was after me something fierce. But that's okay. I managed to get away and get back into the safety of camp where I noticed a pretty interesting trend. Everybody's got a pretty strange fashion sense in Eorzea. Cat girls, well, most of them are warrior girls. Chainmail is in for the cat girls. Seriously. In. Lalafels have the best sense of fashion, of course. I mean, no self-respecting Lalafell would be caught out dead with anything but snazziness. The ever-popular leather underpants. These things are the bomb. Tunics are in for conjurers and mages, and that helps a lot. It helps them blast stuff. Then you got your Roganins. They can wear whatever they want. I'm not going to argue with them. Sometimes you just gotta go casual, though, and that makes you feel better. We decided to go out and do some exploring this week, too. We even found a pretty cool little bus air blimp stop, but we waited there for a good 7 to 17 hours, and no blimp ever came, so it was time to do some other exploring. Didn't manage to find much of anything of any interest except for this really strange cave. I'm not sure what they do there, but I think it has something to do with making cheese, because they have this giant statue with a cheese slicer on the front of it. Perhaps the Cheese Slicers Guild meets here on a weekly basis. I'll have to check that out because you know how much I love cheese, Mikey. We did some more exploring out and about and have found some really pretty places. Took one of my close lumberjack friends out and about to find some pretty interesting stuff. We managed to get in a little bit of trouble and it was a pretty tough scrape, but we got out of it just fine. I never knew lumberjacks could be such a potent fight companion. Once we come out victorious, we figure, hey, let's go do some more dangerous stuff. We ended up in this really odd place with more pink fog. I think the pink fog has something to do with all the pink trees that immediately sprouted up overnight all over the place. Anyhow, we started to run through this incredibly dangerous area. It's kind of what I do. I'm not sure why we were there, but it had something to do with burying rocks. I think the lumberjack thought the rocks were going to grow into trees that he could chop down. He was under the impression that if we danced, the rocks would sprout and we could finish our tasks. So, hey, I'm happy to oblige. I don't have anything better to do anyway. Dance we did. It didn't really work, and all we ended up doing was staring at the rocks for a while, but that was okay. The zone, although incredibly dangerous, was also quite pretty. Once we got back home, that buffet was just about closed, so we decided to grab some noodles with a couple of hot babes. And that's how we ended the night, which brings me to today's lesson, Mikey. Always end your days in the company of close friends, because it reminds you how life is worth living, and you don't get lonely and you don't get homesick. I'm sending home a copy of that fashion magazine, Cosmo Ul'dah, for your mom to peruse, and I hope she gets some good use out of it. Write you and let you know if those rocks ever sprouted. Love, your uncle, Traveling Jake.